ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. Friends, Namaskar. Today we are discussing on Bhagavad Gita in daily life, part 2. In our last class we have seen how Bhagavad Gita is very useful in our day-to-day life. Why we are not able to adjust with others? Because of ego problem. Why we get depressed? Because our mind is not steady. Likewise, our everyday problems, we were discussing how Bhagavad Gita is helping us even while performing our duties, while getting education. We have discussed in last class. You see, Bhagavad Gita is like a mother. That's why Gandhiji said, Gita is my mother. How mother leads her child holding hand. Same way, Gita, Bhagavad Gita is mother. She is guiding entire mankind with so much love and compassion. Even that love we cannot get even from our own mother. But here Bhagavad Gita is mother. Every moment she is guiding us how to live in this world, how to be happy, how to overcome all our problems. So all solutions are given in Bhagavad Gita, and therefore Bhagavad Gita is an essence of Vedas. We cannot study Vedas, it is a huge literature. But here in Bhagavad Gita, we get the essence of all Vedas and Upanishads. And therefore it is easy to understand. Language also is simple. Anybody can understand Bhagavad Gita. This is the beauty of Gita. And therefore Gita is, they say, Bible of Hinduism. Every Hindu should know Bhagavad Gita. When we say we are Hindus, we should know our scriptures. You see, Muslims, they know Quran. Christians, they know Bible very well. And we call ourselves Hindus, but we don't know Bhagavad Gita at all. And we say that we are Hindus. We should study Bhagavad Gita thoroughly. If we are not able to understand, we should take help of others. There are many commentaries available today. There are many books are available. So therefore, every Hindu should learn Bhagavad Gita, and not only simply studying and learning, but try to put into practice in day-to-day life. Then the quality of our life will definitely change, definitely improve. We will not remain same person. So that's why Bhagavad Gita is very essential. Today also we are going to take some of the problems. Because when we live in this world, from morning till evening, we are engaged in different activities. Now all these day-to-day activities, Gita will come to our help. That is sure. Now take for example, we speak. It is a very important activity. Without speaking, we cannot remain. But then if we don't know how to speak, we will be creating problem for others and problem for ourselves also. Because we are not trained. Nobody told us how to speak. But Mother Gita is teaching us. Just like a child. Mother teaches how to speak. She says, he is your uncle, he is your brother. Like that, Bhagavad Gita also is teaching us how to speak. Because it is the most important activity in our life. Without speech, we cannot remain. We cannot be quiet. So we will have to speak. But then this organ of speech, we should know how to operate, how to make best use of this. And by using this alone, we can achieve great things in life. So therefore, how to speak? It is called communication skills. It is a soft skill. Nowadays, everybody is running after communication skill because they want to communicate with their boss, they want to communicate with their employees, subordinates, they want to communicate with family members, with friends, with society, with people. Now, in all these different levels, how should we speak so that our life will go smoothly? Neither we will be disturbed nor we will disturb others. And that's why it is very essential. So Bhagavad Gita says it is a type of austerity. It is a tapas. How to speak? Here Gita is teaching us. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. Gita says vangmayam tapas, vangmay puja. So whatever you are doing through our tongue, through our speech, it is nothing but worship of God. I am speaking to you. It is worship of God. It is called vangmay puja. You are speaking to somebody, giving some good advice. You are doing worship only through your speech, because we have got this wonderful body and we can use this properly. And when we worship God through our body, we have to be very careful. The Lord in temple will keep quiet, whatever you say. But human beings, when you deal with human beings, they are not going to keep quiet. You have to be very careful while handling human beings. And therefore, we must learn the skill of speaking. And here Bhagavad Gita says, Anudvegakaram vakyam, the first condition. Don't irritate others by your speech. Udvega means irritate. Anudvega, not irritating. Don't use such language which will irritate the minds of people. You see, some people have got that habit. Always they speak such language, irritative language. You cannot go near such people. Once or twice if you experience that person, Sridhar Baba is a dangerous man. What he will speak we don't know. Better to keep away from him. People will start avoiding you. Ultimately you will remain alone. Nobody will come near you because you always use very harsh language. And you justify that. You say, I am outspoken. That is always will not work. According to situation, you have to speak. You cannot just say, whatever I want, I will speak. I have got freedom of speech. That won't work in modern society. So here Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is telling us, Anudvegakaram vakyam, don't irritate others by your words. Don't use very harsh language. Don't be crude in your speech. Don't hurt the feelings of others. They say if you hit a person with arrow, that wound can be healed, but the arrows of words can never heal. If you insult somebody, that person will never forget you. He will always remember that this is the person. He insulted me in front of all people. He humiliated me. He scolded me. You see, that person cannot forget whole life. Ultimately, you are creating more and more enemies. Is it the way? Is that the purpose of speech? You see, we have to attract people. Instead of doing that, you are sending them out. You are sending them away. People are hating you. Nobody is coming near you. Then what type of person we are? When this is our standard, these people will judge. They will say, Arey, this fellow is uncultured. He even doesn't know how to speak. He may be coming from very backward class or from very small village, uncultured village. You see, by our language, people can judge what type of person we are. So how careful we should be. It is not that you should have very flowery language, not necessary that you should be a very great scholar, not necessary. Simple language. People will not mind. Even if we make grammatical mistakes, they will not mind. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you see, his language was very simple. He was not a great scholar. But he was able to attract people because it was full of love. He never hurt the feelings of anybody, those who came to him. He could conquer the hearts of people. So here, anudvegakaram vakyam, satyam priya hitam chayat. And you should speak truth. Don't go on telling lies. If you go on telling lies, people will not believe your words. They say, don't believe him. He go on telling lies. People will lose confidence in you. They will say, what you say, you don't practice. Therefore, don't commit. Don't give promise to anybody. Don't say, I will do. Say, I shall try. If you commit, if you give promise, then you will have to do at any cost. Keep up your words. When you said that I will do, then at any cost you must do that. You must finish that. Otherwise, don't say, I will do it. You see, we are not very sincere. We are not very serious about truth. Casually, we just say, and we don't fulfill that promise. And ultimately, what happens? We get only failures in life. What our scripture says, Satyameva Jayate. Truth alone will succeed and not the untruth. Jayate, victory of truth, not untruth. By telling lies, you cannot become great. So here, we have to be truthful. Sri Ramakrishna said in Kali Yuga, this is the only tapasya. By telling truth, you can realize God. And Patanjali says, if you practice truthfulness for 12 years, 12 years if you practice truthfulness, after 12 years, whatever you speak will come true. See, whatever you speak will come true. That means your words will have tremendous power. You say we do not know the power of language. We do not know the power of words. Why people don't listen to us? Because we have no control over the speech. So here, if you practice truthfulness, if you are polite in your language, if you use sweet language, polite language, and what is useful for people, certainly people will get inspired. Swami Vivekananda was a sannyasi. Nothing was there with him. And when he went to America, he uttered only 4 words. Sisters and brothers of America. And those four words inspired 7,000 people there sitting. They got up and started clapping. Because Swami Vivekananda knew how to control speech, how to make use of it. And because of that power, he was able to inspire people. Why people we don't listen to us? Because we don't know how to use our speech. We tell lies, we scold others, we criticize others, we find fault with others. We use very vulgar language, very cheap language. You see, all energies we are wasting. But these people, they don't waste their energy. They preserve their energy, and by preserving that energy, it generates tremendous power. And with that power, they can change the entire society. Sri Ramakrishna's words, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna has given. Lord Krishna's words, Lord Ramakrishna's words, Swamiji's words are able to change the lives of thousands and millions of people even today. See, this is the power of words. We don't realize that we have a very strong weapon. It can be used for harming others. At the same time, it can be used for welfare of others. So therefore, Mother is telling, Mother Gita, Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam Priya Hitam Chayat. It should be Priya. That means don't use harsh language, though it is truth. So it should be pleasant and hitam, beneficial. If you tell something that will help people, that should help people, simply telling is no use. And this language will come, good speech will come when you study good literature. Swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva. Swadhyay. Swadhyay means study of good literature. Otherwise, whatever is there in mind, that will come out from your mouth. Empty mind, devil's workshop. If you don't fill your mind with good ideas, positive ideas, then what will come out from your mouth? Day and night, if you go on eating garlic and onion, only belching of garlic and onion will come. So if you go on reading cheap type of literature, all sorts of dirty books, whatever you speak, only those things will come out. So therefore, we have to feed our mind. Feed your mind with good thoughts, and for that you need a habit of reading good literature. That is called Swadhyaya. So when all these things are there, then your words will have power. So here Lord Krishna is telling us how to speak. See, in Ramayana, there is a beautiful incident. Rishyamukh Parvat, there is a mountain, Rishyamukh, where Sugriva was staying. Hanumanji was his minister. When Rama, Lakshmana went there, Sugriva was frightened. Who has come? Maybe enemy. So he sent Hanuman. You go and find out who is that person. Hanumanji went. And then he was speaking with Lord Rama. And he spoke in such a language that even Lord was impressed. After his going, he says to Lakshmana, see Lakshmana, how this person Hanuman was speaking, so polite, no mistake, so loving, and only what is necessary, that much only, not a single word less or not a single word more, very appropriate. Lord was praising his speech. That was Hanumanji's communication. Because of his communication, Sugriva and Rama became friends, and ultimately they defeated Ravana. So this is the power of speech. That's why Ramji is praising Hanumanji. Swami Vivekananda could do tremendous work in America, inspiring people by speeches. That was the power of words. So therefore, we also should learn. Bhagavad Gita is telling us how to make best use of our speech. Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam Priyahitam Chayat Swadhyayabhyasanam Chaiva Vangmayam Tapauchyate. See, this is our day-to-day problem. Morning till evening we have to speak. We cannot remain quiet. And Lord is given us solution. How to train our tongue. How to train our speech, so that we will always attract people. We will always love people and conquer their hearts. And our words will have tremendous power. And it is a free gift of God. You don't have to pay single pai for that. Only learn how to make best use of your tongue. By giving lectures, by singing songs, how people are giving joy to others. Then why we should not give happiness and joy to others? Why should we disturb others? Why should we cause up miseries for others? Because only we have not learned how to make best use of our speech. Then how to make mind strong? So to making mind strong, here Gita is telling us how to do that. Why our mind is weak? First we will have to find out. Why our mind is weak? Our mind is weak because it is always restless. our mind is weak because it is full of negative thoughts. And now here Lord says, or Bhagavad Gita says, how to make our mind strong? Mana prasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha bhava sanshuddhiritetat tapah manasa uchyate. It is a mental austerity. Said mana prasada saumyatvam. Mana prasada means prasanna. Be always happy. Be always cheerful. Don't show your long face to others. People should not know, even if you have some problems or sufferings or miseries. Be always happy. When Swamiji was in America, he was always happy. He was always smiling. People say, hey, Swami, you are a yogi. You should be very serious. But you are laughing and all these things. What is this? He said, we are the children of immortal bliss. We will be always in bliss. Why should we be miserable? Why should I make long face? So here, mana prasada saumyatvam. Our mind should be always cheerful, happy. And saumyatvam, we should be very gentle. Before becoming a spiritual, try to become a gentle. Gentleman, first become a gentleman. Then you can become a spiritual man. So be gentle in your behavior. Maunam atma vinigraha. Maunam means not always keeping quiet. But whenever there is need, you open your mouth. If there is no need, better to keep quiet. Don't waste your energy in unnecessarily gossip. We go on simply chit-chatting, all sorts of nonsense. We do not know how to practice maunam. You see, why should we waste our energy? And it is not meaningful. All sorts of useless subject. We go on arguing, either politics or cricket or whatever, cinema or hero or all these things. So why to unnecessarily waste our energy by talking about these things? So here you will lose your mental strength. So therefore, maunam, speak when there is need. Keep quiet when there is no need. Save your energy. Atma vinigraha, control your senses. And bhava sanshuddhi, most important. We have got in our mind, bhava means emotions. There are different types of bhava. Now these emotions, we have to control them. We have to purify them. We should not be carried away by our emotions, because most of the time our emotions are negative. We say vikaras. Last class also we have seen this. So here, anger, lust, greed, hatred, jealousy, egotism, delusion, these are all emotions. And when we are carried away by these negative emotions, we commit blunders. So therefore Lord says, bhava sanshuddhi, purify these negative emotions by developing positive emotions. Vitarka badhane pratipaksha bhavana. So to get rid of these negative emotions, you cultivate positive emotions in your mind. Then all negative things will go away. So here, bhava sanshuddhi, constantly we have to be on our watch. So when we watch our mind, when we watch our speech, we watch our tongue, then we will behave in such a way that there will be no negativity in our dealing with others. Encourage others. Don't discourage. That is negative. Don't get angry, but try to speak lovingly. Through love you can conquer, not through anger. So like that there are so many emotions in our mind. So Lord says, purify them. How to purify? We all know, by practicing sadhana. Why people are doing so much sadhana? Only to purify this mind. Why you are not able to see God? Because mind is not pure. Jesus Christ says, blessed are pure in heart, they shall see God. We are not able to see God because our mind is not pure. That means it is full of negative thoughts. So here this is also a tapasya. Here, to make our mind strong, in our mind there should be strong thoughts, positive thoughts, that only will make our mind strong, and we will not get disturbed or perturbed by anything in life. We will be able to maintain our mental balance in all situations. And that is what here Gita says, how to make our mind strong. And it is one type of tapasya. It's called manasik tapas. How to become a good human being. You see, everybody wants to become a good human being. But then because we do not know how to become good human being, we ultimately land into bad human being. Nobody wants to become bad, but rather they are forced to become bad. Why this force? Because of impressions in our mind. They are forcing us to do wrong things. We don't have any control. So here, to become a good human being, to become a good citizen, to become a divine personality, here Lord says, or Bhagavad Gita says, you must develop certain values in your life. You see why there is so much stress on values. Today all values are going away. People don't want to practice, rather they try to avoid. If there is any class on moral values, ethical values, spiritual values, people try to avoid that. They have only one value, value for money. They don't have value for any other thing in life. But because money will not make us great, it will not make us great human being. So here certain values we should have, certain qualities we have to cultivate in our life. If we want to become a real human being, a good human being, Swamiji again and again says, we want man-making education, character-building education. This type of education we want. Man-making education. That means we have to become real human beings. Body is only human, but inside is only animal. Then what is the purpose of having got this human body? So here we have to become real human being. For that, in 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, Asuri Sampad and Daivi Sampad. We have to give up all Asuri Sampad, all bad qualities, and Divine Sampad. We have to develop divine qualities. What are those different qualities? In that there are 26 qualities are given. We are not going to discuss everything, but at least some of the important values we must try to cultivate. Otherwise we can never become good human beings. If you don't have fundamental human values in life, then we will behave like a demon. We will behave like an animal. We cannot behave like a human being. And we are living in the society. We have to think of others also, not always thinking about ourselves. So here Gita says, Ahimsa satyam akrodha tyagah shanti apaishunam daya bhuteshu aloluptvam mardavam hrim achapalam. So this one verse only we have taken from Bhagavad Gita, where the Gita says, Ahimsa. Don't harm others by kaya, vacha, manasa. Ahimsa and hinsa. Hinsa means killing. Ahimsa means non-killing. But here not only killing, but not hurting others. Not only physical killing, but you should not harm others by your body, mind and speech. If you insult others, that is also hinsa. If you entertain bad thoughts about others, jealousy, hatred, that is also a type of hinsa. So, kaya, vacha, manasa, don't harm others. Don't disturb others. And they say if you practice ahimsa, non-violence in your life, then even ferocious animals will not do any harm to you, because you have love for everybody. There is no violence in your mind. You are absolutely non-violent person. Gandhiji practiced ahimsa and satya. So this Bhagwan Buddha practiced ahimsa. Ahimsa paramo dharma. We know the life story. When king, he wanted to sacrifice goats in that yajna. And Bhagwan Buddha, he took a small goat, went to king. He said, instead of killing this goat, you kill me. You will go to heaven. Why you are killing so many animals? And that king, Bimbisar, he has given up that idea of killing animals. His heart was full of love and compassion. So this ahimsa, first. Ahimsa, satyam, akrodha. Then satya, just we have discussed. Truth. Our life should be truthful. Even Swamiji also says, truth does not pay homage to any society. Truth does not pay homage to any society, modern or ancient. Society has to pay homage to truth or perish. See, Vivekananda also said that truth is not going to bow down. You will have to bow down to truth, otherwise you will be destroyed. Truth will remain as it is. There is no change in truth. We cannot compromise with truth. If we try to compromise, we will be destroyed and not the truth. So therefore, Satyam, it's a great value, a Mahavrata. Therefore, Ahimsa, Satya, Akrodha, not getting angry, Tyaga, spirit of renunciation, Shanti, peaceful mind, Apaishunam, not finding fault with others, not criticizing others, and Daya Bhuteshu, having compassion for all human beings, Aloluptvam, not running after the sense objects, and Mardavam Hrin Achapalam. All these qualities, if we develop in our life, some of these at least, unselfishness, non-violence, truthfulness, if we develop, cultivate in our life, then only we will become good human beings. Gita is telling us also, do you want to become a divine or want to become a demon? It is left to you. If you have anger, hatred, jealousy, you will become like a demon. But if you cultivate these good qualities, good values, you will become a divine, not only human, but you will go beyond human. Ultimately, you will realize divine by cultivating these good values in our life. Why do we suffer so much? This is also our problem. Every day we suffer. In the first part of Bhagavad Gita, we have seen there that what is the cause of suffering. And here also, again Lord is telling what is the cause of suffering. You see, this body, mind is made of three gunas. Rajogun, Tamogun and Sattvagun. These are three gunas, and out of these three gunas our body is made. Now when we have excess of Tamoguna and Rajoguna, we will have more suffering in life. Therefore, we have to be very careful. We should cultivate Sattva Guna. We should try to remove this Tamoguna and Rajoguna, because they are the only cause of our trouble and our sufferings in this world. You see, here Lord says, Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam. This Rajogun, this is the cause of bondage. Why? Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi. Raga means attachment. And then Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam. Trishna. Trishna is the cause of our suffering. Here Bhagwan Buddha says Tanha. Tanha means desires. This world is full of suffering. And Bhagwan Buddha says, what is the cause of suffering? Tanha is the cause of suffering. Desires, hankering, longing, this is the cause of our suffering. And attachment. If you have so many things, there is nothing wrong in that. But the moment you get attached, you are finished. Things will not bring sufferings. Your attachment to things will bring sufferings. You have money, there is nothing wrong in that. You can make good use of it. But you are attached to money, that means you are a greedy person. And when you are attached to money, when you are greedy, you will not spend single pai for others. And if you lose that money, if it is stolen or a government has taken tax, you will feel miserable. So money cannot make us miserable. Attachment to money will make us miserable. You can have plenty of wealth. At the same time, don't be attached to them. These are all material things. Don't get attached. So Rajoguna will make us attach, and all our desires will multiply. And desires can never be satisfied. So therefore this Trishna and Raga created by Rajoguna is the cause of our sufferings in this world. So we have to be very careful and keep Rajoguna and Tamoguna at distance. Tamoguna will bring laziness, alas, pramad and nidra. These are the three products of the Tamoguna. A lazy man doesn't want to work. How can he earn money and how can he enjoy life? He will have to suffer, he will have to beg. He will not have self-respect. Nobody will care for him. Simply lying down, not doing anything, absolutely inactive. So this laziness, sleeping, all the time sleeping, nidra, and pramad, ahankar. Pramad means carelessness, not careful about anything, taking everything casual. You see, such a wonderful opportunity God has given, that in this birth we can even realize God. We can make progress. We can create our bright future. Such a wonderful opportunity God has given to us, but because of pramada, because of negligence, we are not giving much importance to this human life. We behave like an animal. We behave like a demon. And such a wonderful opportunity we miss. Again, when we will get this chance, we don't know. They say there are 84 lakhs species and human being is unique. Because in this human body alone we can develop, we can make progress, not in any other body. So you see, this Rajogun and Tamogun, they are the cause of our sufferings. So we have to cultivate Sattva Guna and get rid of this Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Then we can overcome most of the sufferings. If we don't have all sorts of desires, if we don't have attachment to all these worldly things, too much attachment, and if we don't have that laziness, we are ready to work hard and honest, sincere, then why should we suffer? So it is we are the cause of our sufferings. We create sufferings not knowing that this Rajoguna and Tamoguna, they are excess in our mind, and therefore we are always committing blunders. So try to get rid of them. Try to develop Sattva Guna. Then you will come happiness and knowledge and everything. Then what is the secret of greatness? If you want to become a great person in this world, what is the secret? Swami Vivekananda says, faith, faith, faith in oneself, faith in God. This is the secret of greatness. See, Swami Vivekananda has given a wonderful definition. How to become great? Faith, faith, faith in oneself, faith in God. This is the secret of greatness. So here what Bhagavad Gita says, Shraddha mayoyam purusho yoya shraddha saeva sa. Shraddha mayoyam purusho yoya shraddha saeva sa. According to your faith, you will become. If you constantly think, I am great, I am great, I am great, you will become great. Whatever you think, you will become. If you think you are weak, weak you will be. If you think you are strong, strong you will be. It depends on your faith. So faith, faith, faith in oneself. First have faith in yourself that I can do anything in this world. There is nothing impossible for me. Be ready to take challenges in life. Don't try to run away, don't try to escape. Think always that you are strong, you are capable, you can do that. Give positive suggestions to your mind. then whatever you think, you will become strong. If you say, I am strong, you will become strong. Many times parents, they go on scolding their children. They say, you are useless, you are good for nothing, you are hopeless. Constantly telling like that, the children become like that only. They should encourage, no, you are very good, you are smart, you are strong, you can do that. You have done so many things, this also you can. We have to encourage, not discourage. But when parents go on discouraging their children, they remain where they are. Rather, they get depressed. They cannot make any progress. So therefore, it is a faith. We should have faith in ourselves, faith in others also, that I have capacity to do and others also have capacity to do. It is not that only I can do and others cannot do. In everybody there is infinite power. If I have self-confidence, others also have that confidence. It is there, only we have to awaken. We have to help them. You see, Hanumanji was not willing to go to Lanka. He was quietly sitting in one place. Then Jambuan went to him, Hanuman, what is this? Nobody is willing to go to Lanka, crossing the ocean. You know, you are a Vayuputra. When you were born, you went to catch sun, thinking that it is the apple. Don't you know that how much energy you have? You are sitting like this. You see, when Hanumanji was encouraged by Jambuan, immediately he became a hero. He said, yes, I will go to Lanka. I will find out where is Sita Mai. And I will come back also. That means Hanumanji had that capacity. But he forgot that capacity. He also was sitting quiet. When Jambuan inspired him, Arey, you are great, you are great, you are great. That greatness has manifested in him. And ultimately he could achieve that. So you see, it is there within us. Why should somebody tell us that you have all power? We should give suggestion ourselves. Yes, I am strong, I can go, I can do. Not necessarily that Jambuan should come and tell me. I know I have got infinite power within me. When others are able to do, why not I? I also can do. That is what Gita says. Shraddha mayoyam purusho, yoya shraddha saeva. Whatever you think, if you have faith, according to your faith, you will achieve things what you want. And that will make you great. So like that, by helping others also you can become great. Swami Vivekananda said, I call him a Mahatman whose heart bleeds for the others. Otherwise he is a Duratma. I call him a Mahatman, a great person whose heart bleeds for the other. Means the person has got full of compassion for human beings. He cannot see sufferings of others. He always tries to help others. He always tries to expand himself. So by helping others, by serving others, by living for others, by developing compassion for others, we have seen Daya Bhuteshu. So when these qualities are there, then we can become great. And we want to become great. Swami Vivekananda says, how these English people, British people could conquer India? Because they had faith in themselves. They said, we will rule the entire world. And they could rule. We don't have that confidence. Though our population was 40 crores, they were only hardly 2 crores. But how they could rule such a big country? Because they had confidence in themselves. And we were simply sitting. No, we are happy, let them rule, what is there? We are getting enough food to eat. Do you see? We could not get up and fight. When Swami Vivekananda awakened India, then only that strength came to us. He said, no, we must fight. Swamiji has given that clarion call. Arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. Uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata. Lokmanya Tilak, Subhash Chandra Bose, Nivedita, Gandhiji, Arvinda, all these great people, awakened people. Then we become alert. Are we have strength. We were only sleeping. We can do them out. How can they rule us? We are 40 crores, they are only 2 crores. We got freedom. So this is the way. We have power, but only we are not aware of that potential within us. And here, if you have faith in that power and faith in God also, if you don't have faith in God, we will be egoistic. We will say, I have done, I can do. Not, we can certainly do. But by the grace of God, there should be a place in God in our life. Otherwise, we will become egoistic. So here, this is the way that we can become great in this world. How to get true happiness? In first part of Bhagavad Gita, we were discussing what is true happiness. And I told you there that real happiness is within. The real happiness is in Atman. But then anybody and everybody cannot get that. We want happiness. But we always, though we want that Brahmananda, that Atmananda, but that is not easy to get. But there are layers of happiness, there are grades of happiness, and we can certainly get those happiness. Brahmananda will come at the last, the Atmananda come at the last, but before that there are different stages of bliss. And here Bhagavad Gita telling us, all right, if you don't get Brahmananda or Atmananda, doesn't matter. You have other types of Anandas also. You try with that. Take little joy and then you can go. But that also we don't do. We want only one Ananda, that is Vishayananda, enjoying sense objects, and beyond that we do not know anything. Here what Gita says, Yattadagre Vishamiva Pariname Amrutopamam Tat Sukham Satvikam Proktam Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. So here Lord says, or Bhagavad Gita says, Yattadagre Vishamiva Pariname Amrutopamam. Now if you want to get higher joy, higher bliss, you have to work hard. And in the beginning, they are like a poison. We don't like. We don't want to practice meditation. We don't want to repeat God's name. We don't want to serve others. Why? Difficult. But then you get joy. Why don't you start from this? Why you are always busy with enjoying senses, the object of the senses? That is Vishayananda, that is the last one, and that is going to create bondage. Vishayananda is there, but there is Bhajanananda. You can sing songs, you can sing glories of Lord, and you will get bliss, you will get happiness without paying single thing. You can go to temple, join the bhajans, you can sing bhajans, you can listen bhajans. By listening that you will get Bhajanananda. You say you are not getting Brahmananda, but you are getting Bhajanananda. There also is bliss. But we are not interested in that type of joy. Because in the beginning it is like a poison. Mind doesn't want. We have not trained our mind. Mind always want to go to run after the objects of the senses, sense enjoyments. So only our senses know that that is the bliss. But here there is higher joy. So by tongue you can sing the glory of God. Not only eating sweet things and using all sorts of vulgar language. You can sing the glory of Lord. Through ear you can listen the glory of Lord. You can listen the bhajans, you can listen abhangas, you can listen good lectures. You see, all our senses, we have to train them. You have to turn them towards God. So here in the beginning it is difficult. But we have to practice. Slowly, you will get Amruta. Though it is beginning like a poison, but at the end it is like a Amruta. It is like a nectar. You will get Bhajananda. If you do Japa, you will get Japananda. You will get joy in that. If you pray to God, you will get Prarthanananda. If you practice meditation, you will get Dhyanananda. While practicing meditation, you will get joy. Though you are not realized Atmananda, but in meditation itself, you will feel happy. If one day if you miss your meditation, you will feel miserable. Arey, today I did not meditate. Because that joy will force you to meditate regularly. Because when you are sitting for meditation, that joy is coming from within. You don't know from where it is coming, but you are feeling very happy, very peaceful, very calm, very serene. So that happiness is coming from within because you are going nearer to the Atman, which is full of bliss, infinite bliss. You are approaching it. And when you approach, automatically that bliss will reflect in your mind. So you see, there are different types of happiness. There is Bhajanananda, there is Japananda, Dhyanananda, even Sevananda. By serving others also you will get joy. You don't know how much joy is there. If you help a poor man, you go to slum and help a child, and when you see a smile on that face, smile of that face of that child, you feel happy because that happiness is reflecting in you. So there is bliss, there is happiness in serving others also. That's why we say Sevananda. So there are different grades of happiness, different levels of happiness. And this will come when we continuously develop this interest in these things. When we are interested, our mind is not interested in the beginning because it is difficult. Because we have not done all these years and we are trying to do it, mind doesn't want. Mind know only one Ananda, that is Vishayananda. He doesn't know there are higher Anandas. So that will come when mind slowly will develop Sattva Guna. This Rajoguna and Tamoguna will go away. When Sattva Guna will come, then more and more your mind will enjoy this type of activities. It will not always indulge in sense pleasures because it is seeking now higher joy, higher bliss. And there you can say, Bhagavad Gita says, you will get it. Yattadagre vishamiva pariname amrutapamam. In the beginning, though it is difficult like a poison, but at the end it is like a amruta. Tat sukham satvikam proktam. That is sattvic happiness and atma buddhi prasadajam. Because you are going towards the Atman and that bliss of Atman is reflecting in all these activities. So you are going higher and higher and higher level. Ultimately you will realize that infinite bliss, Atmananda. But even before that also you will get different types of Anandas when you will develop Sattva Guna in your mind. And that is the way to achieve happiness. Not the only one type of happiness. There are many types of happiness and that is also without paying any money. Sense pleasures, we have to pay money. You have to go to hotel, you have to spend money there and then you have to eat. We have to pay. If you want to go to cinema, you have to pay money and then you can watch that cinema. All these objects, sense objects, you have to spend money. But here, doing bhajan, japa, prarthana, you don't have to pay single pai. And you are getting more joy in what you are getting in senses. But why our mind is not inclined? Because it is difficult in the beginning, only because we have not cultivated habit. If you develop that habit, then mind will develop interest in all these things. So we have to develop interest. In the beginning, we have to do it forcefully. When it becomes habit, then mind automatically will do. Though it is difficult in the beginning, but if you go on practicing, it will be very easy. It will be natural. It will become your second nature. And you will not remain quite without doing that. So that is the way. Then why do we commit sinful actions? When we live in this world, we do many wrong things. But then why we do? We know that it is very bad. We know that we will have to suffer for that. You may go to jail. You may be imprisoned. You may be hanged. You will, in society, you will lose your name. When you know that all these things, in spite of all these things, why do you do like this? Why wrong things? The same question was asked to Lord Krishna by Arjuna. Why people commit sins? I don't understand. And as if they are forced to do that. Nobody wants to become a bad person. Everybody wants to become a good. But rather they are forced to commit wrong things. Why Krishna like that? Though they are not interested to do wrong things, but why do they commit crimes? Why do they commit sins? Then Lord says, Kama esha, Krodha esha, Rajoguna samudbhava, Mahashana Mahapapma Vidyanam Iha Vairinam. He said there are two enemies, most dangerous enemies. Kama esha, Krodha esha, Rajoguna samudbhava. When Rajoguna will increase, that lust and anger will overpower you. That is what we find in Western culture. Those people are very dynamic, very active. It is good to become active, better than tamoguna. But along with that rajoguna will come lust and anger. See, the fight is going on. One country is fighting with another country. So much of anger, hatred. And then lust. Only sense pleasures, only desires, only enjoyments. That is the effect of Rajoguna. Because you are earning plenty of money, you are working hard and earning plenty of money, then what will you do? All sorts of desires will come in your mind. You will develop habit of drinking, gambling, prostitute and what not. All sorts of habits you will develop. So here, when Rajoguna comes, that Kama and Krodha will increase. And Lord Krishna says, you can never satisfy them. All desires, not only lust, but all desires, they will multiply. And you will not be able to satisfy them. And then if you don't have enough money sometimes, you have so many desires, but you don't have money, then you will commit crime. Because you want to enjoy, but you don't have resources. Then how to enjoy? Do wrong things. Murder, killing, theft and all these things. Why this robbery? Why this happening? Because people have all sorts of desires in their mind. Kama. They want to satisfy all their desires. They don't have money. And to get money, they do crimes. They do wrong things because of greed. And ultimately they suffer. So here, this is the way. Rajoguna will make you active, but sometimes it will increase your desires and your anger also. So we have to overcome Rajoguna and go to Satvaguna. First we have to conquer Tamoguna by becoming active. Then we have to conquer even Rajoguna also, because that is also dangerous. Mahashana Mahapapma Vidyanam Iha Vairinam, he is the enemy here. So therefore, this is the cause of our doing wrong things. We live in this world, many times we are tempted, we go to mall, we go to big shop, we see varieties of things, our mind is attracted and we put that in our bag. We don't know that we are stealing and that is wrong. But what to do? We are tempted. No money to purchase. And we simply lift it, put it in our bag. And then when there is CCTV camera, we are caught. We are humiliated, we are insulted. Why all these things? Because desires are many. So many attractions and temptations. We do wrong things. Even good people also, they commit blunders. So therefore, be aware. Don't commit sinful actions. Don't get overpowered by these senses. They are always like a thief. They will rob your wisdom and ultimately you will go down. So here Gita is trying to protect us, guiding us in right time at what to do and what not to do. And our last question is, how to get wealth, success, morality and prosperity in this life? You say we want all these things. Everybody want. He want wealth, he want success, he want prosperity, he want morality. Every human being is aspiring for these things. How to get it? In last verse of Bhagavad Gita, here Sanjaya says, you will get everything by combining two things. Beautiful verse. यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्री विजयोर्भूति ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम. So he says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara. Wherever there is Yogeshwar Krishna and wherever there is Dhanurdhari Partha, there will come Sri, wealth, Vijayo, victory, Dhruva Niti, morality, and Matiram Bhuti, Vibhuti, means prosperity. All this will come when there is a combination of Krishna and Arjuna. That means combination of dharma and karma. Lord Krishna, how is he? Yogeshwar. Yogeshwar Krishna means God himself. And God means dharma, embodiment of dharma. Vigrahavan dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan dharma. Here Lord should be there means we should have all good qualities. And Dhanurdhari Arjun, that means dynamism. Arjuna is not sitting and weeping, but Dhanurdhari having bow and arrow in his hand. That means tremendous actions, tremendous dynamism. At the same time, all divine qualities, the qualities of Lord Krishna, Daivi Sampad. When we combine these two, it is called Rajarshi. Raja is outside, inside is Rishi, inside is God. So he has all godly qualities, divine qualities, and outside he is very dynamic. See Shivaji Maharaj, he has combined both these aspects. He was a very righteous person. He practiced dharma. And at the same time, he was very dynamic. He was a hero, Samartha Ramdas. He has realized God, but he did not keep quiet. He was also very active. He inspired Shivaji, he guided Shivaji, and ultimately he helped Shivaji to establish Hindavi kingdom. You see, these two things are necessary. If you want to achieve success in life, if you want victory, wealth, everything, two things should be there. One, we should practice dharma. Duryodhana did not practice dharma. He was also very dynamic, very active. But there was no dharma in his life. And when he went to his mother, Gandhari, mother bless me, she said, Yato dharma tato jaya. Where there is dharma, there is victory. You fellow don't practice dharma and you want that you should succeed in battle. You should have victory in battle. How it is possible? So, dharma should be the foundation. All the great people, they had these both qualities. Swami Vivekananda, you see, he was a righteous person, he was a divine person. At the same time, he was very dynamic. He did not keep quiet. Many good people are there, but they don't do anything. Then how can you achieve all these things, wealth and prosperity and all these things? So here we have to combine dharma and karma. We should have religion in our life, means values in our life, human values in our life, and at the same time we should be very dynamic and active, not passive. Yes, I am very good, let me keep quiet, sit in my room, let what it happen, why should I bother? No, that will not make you great. So here if you want this thing, if you want to make your country great, if you want to make your country prosper, if you want your country should have plenty of wealth, there should be no poverty, this is the way to make our country great. Everything will come. But we should not give up dharma, that is our backbone. You cannot compromise with religion. Religion means not Hindu dharma or any dharma. Here religion means values, virtues. So we have to have divine qualities, divine virtues in our life, and at the same time we should be good, but we should not keep quiet. We should work hard for the welfare of the others, to make people happy. That is the way. We may be good, but what is the use of that goodness when we have no capacity to do good to others? That's why Swamiji said, be good and do good. That is the whole of religion. You should be good first, you should be dharmic, you should be righteous, be good, and then do good. Person may be very good, but he is not doing good. And that some fellow will be very wicked, but he is doing good, but what is the use? He is only showing, but his life is all sorts of sins, all sorts of crimes. He is trying to show that he is doing good to others. No, it will not do. Be good. First, you yourself should be good, righteous, dharmic, and then do good to others. And that is the whole of religion. Everything will come. Our country will prosper, you will prosper, everything will come when we combine these two things. That's why Sanjaya is telling in last verse, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Srir Vijayor Bhutir, Dhruvar Niti Matir Mama. So when these two things are combined, everything you will get in your life. And that is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. In these two parts, first part and second part, we have discussed here very important aspect of our day-to-day life. Because these are the problems and challenges we are facing every day. And in such situations, Bhagavad Gita is ready to help us. We read, we listen, we do Parayan, but then we never put into practice. For all our problems, here is solution. Bhagavad Gita has given a solution to all our problems in this world. Not only in heaven, but here. But then we are not able to understand, we are not able to grasp, and we are not able to practice, and that's why we are not able to progress. If we put these teachings into day-to-day life, practice in day-to-day life, then our life will change, our society will change, our people will change, and our country also will develop. Each and every individual should try to assimilate these ideas from Bhagavad Gita to build their character, to build their life, and to become a real human beings. So in these two classes, we have seen how Bhagavad Gita is like a mother, always trying to protect us. So we shall conclude this talk here. Namaskar, Dhanyavad. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tassat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.